Hey guys, welcome back to Bearded Lumber. Matthew and I appreciate you tuning in. Today we got some kiln-dried 1-inch poplar boards. Got a little special project we're going to do, so come back and we'll go into a lot more detail about it. Okay guys, welcome back. Matthew and I appreciate you tuning in today. I can't tell you enough. But today's project is some kiln-dried 6 and 8-inch poplar boards. Got a good customer of ours, you see them all the time. A Joker over here on the wall. There you go. Michael called me the other day. His boss is remodeling his office and he wants a real pretty ceiling. So I gave him a couple options and they picked out these poplar boards. So Matthew and I are going to run through the edger, cut them down to 5.5 and 7.5 good and straight, and then we're going to run through our winding molder and make 5-inch and 7-inch T&G V-Groove for them to put on their ceiling. Not a real hard project, but it's important to us, very important to the consumer at the end. They want a beautiful product. So shouldn't be that big a deal. Don't have a lot to take off. Just going to straighten them up a little bit on our EG100. It'd be hard work on Matthew because we're literally taking off a 1/4 inch or less. Just trying to straighten them up before we run them through the winding. The winding can handle a certain amount of straightening, but the less it has to do, the better your finished product's going to be. So Matthew got the mill out of the way. Let's get our edger set up. We're going to edge these. And then we'll have to change our molder. It was set up for S4S. We'll have to change it back to T&G V-Groove. But just the thing. So give us a minute and we'll get to work. Okay guys, welcome back. We didn't look at the clock before we stopped. It was lunchtime, so we've got about to eat. Come back and we're getting some wonderful rain. So it may be a little hard to hear, but we need it. First thing we got to do, we got to switch out our blades on our edger. We're going to take the rough cutting blades for greenwood off. We're going to put these finer cutting table saw blades on. So Matthew's waiting on me to hand him the tools. Yeah, I wonder why it wasn't working. They're laying here handy. Start doing that tool. It's a good, like I always say, this edger is a good tool around the sawmill. Sometimes we use it as an edger, sometimes we use it as a straight line rip. That's what we're doing today. We're going to straight line all these boards to make the molder planing process go a lot easier. We do it so often. I don't even put the wrenches up. They're left laying over here handy. That's where we need them at. While we're on these, I do resharpen these. I can resharpen these, but they generally last long enough. Might do it once or twice, then buy another set. They're like 15. You can get them $10 to $15 a piece for these. They're about, I think a set's right around $100. You know, they get kind of expensive. That's why we resharpen them. We got 3 sets. When they all 3 get dull, I'll take a few minutes and just sharpen them all and be done with it. That'll get us by a couple months before we need to sharpen them again. If you're doing pine, that don't seem to be a problem, but you start getting into the hardwoods, hickory, you'll wear the teeth off of them pretty quick. Just that quick, we're done. Now we'll go back up and edge some boards. Okay guys, welcome back. We got our poplar moved over here in the molder planer room. Go ahead and edge it all. That'll make this process a little easier. Took a little longer than what we wanted to, but Matthew and I had to reset the machine because we've been running S4S. And I bought a new set of heads, 2-inch heads, so that we don't have to switch between tongue and groove, V-Groove, and tongue and groove hardwood floors. So we had to set up a new set of heads. Got everything lined up, run a couple of test pieces. This make woodworkers tongue hang out. I run a piece of T&G walnut. It's gonna go on our display wall. As well as a little piece of tongue and groove cherry. Just getting the machine dialed in, making sure the tongue's in the right place, or the groove and the tongue's appropriate. So we're lined up. We've run 2 test pieces, tickled death with them. We're going to run all these at 6 3/4, and then we're going to have to reset and run the last at what? 5, 4 3/4, something like that. We're ready to run. So's the boards. They're ready to run out of here. So let's get the camera set in a better place. We're going to run all these through real quick. The day is slipping away from us. Okay guys, didn't do any talking during that. We're just trying to get it done. Getting late in the day. I hope you enjoyed that. Man, this stuff turned out gorgeous. Didn't know we had that much rainbow poplar left over there, but the greens, the purples, the rose color, even the blacks, it turned out gorgeous. The machine worked flawlessly. Like you seen earlier, we went ahead and straight line edged this. Man, that made a world of difference. It just run through there like it was nothing. So I'm quite happy with it. I don't know if you can tell when we run this machine, but it thrills me to no end. This is a goal I've had for many, many years, getting to this point to be able to run this kind of product that looks this good to send home to a customer that they can put in their business, their home, whatever. I am tickled to death to be able to provide this, and we make good money at it, but we can provide it at a rate that's not, astronomical. Now this is not cheap, don't get me wrong. There's nothing cheap about this process. You pay dearly for this, but it's not $12 a square foot type stuff. And I sell a lot of it, and I'm glad to sell a lot of it, And this business is only going to pick up as more and more people know that we do it. I get people calling me occasionally. A guy the other day wanted to know if we'd run some poplar if he sawed it, and if we'd dry it and run it. Yeah, I'd be glad to. So he may cut it and bring it to us, or he may just bring us the logs. Either way, I'm glad to do it. So, is this machine expensive? Yes, it costs a lot to get this up and running. It represents a sizable financial investment and time investment. Last year Matthew and I spent We bought the machine in January, had it running in September, I think. You know, and there's a lot of work in between there, getting this building prepared, getting it wired, getting electrical run, getting the machine cleaned up, buying a lot of parts and pieces for it, but I'm happy with it, thrilled to death to have it. Actually trying to buy another one. Found a guy that's got a good parts machine. If he'll ever get back to me, have a little trouble with him getting something to load it on a trailer, but if he'll get back to me, I'll go buy it just to have a second parts machine. It don't bother me at all. Parts on these things are expensive. If I can go to my parts machine and take one, that's a whole lot cheaper. So, what did we learn? Try to take this back to the sawmill business. You can make good money sawing lumber. I got a couple buddies that all they do is saw, and then they do other things. And then I got one guy, he called me last night, we talked for a little while. So all he does is saw. But that's all he wants to do. He mobile mills, but he's the type of fella to go out and do 2-week jobs, month-long job. You know, he's got connections to do that. I don't want to do that. I enjoy what we do here. I enjoy working at home. Got grandkids here, got grandson here, my wife's here, 2 daughter-in-laws, my mom and dad's out the end of the road. You know, so I like being close to home, and this part of this allows it. But I'm trying to get to a point here. If you're wanting to run a sawmill business, guys, you can't do it day one. You can't do it year 2 or 3, probably. But at some point, you need to be able to offer a full-service turnaround if you want to be in a sawmill business. You need to be able to offer kiln grind, and you need to be able to offer a finished product. T&G V-Groove, hardwood floors, whatever. There's nothing wrong striving towards that goal. And it may take you a lot of years to get there, because all this stuff is expensive. But if all we did was rely on sawing green lumber, I'd probably go back and get a job, or we'd go back to mobile milling, or we'd be doing some other sideline work. Before I got this, I'd even considered doing septic tanks. I already had the equipment, had backhoes, trailer stuff, and then we got into more full service sawmilling, and we ain't got time for none of that mess. So I hope you found some value in it. Every video I do, try to teach, try to show how you get from where you're at to where you want to be. And it just takes time, perseverance, and effort, people. You look at self-employed people and say, oh, they got the world by the tail. Well, they might, but they spent a lifetime getting there. And it don't happen overnight. And you can do it just like anybody else. Just put your mind to it. You got a good work ethic, you're good with people, and you got good customer service. So that's going to do it for today's video. Got any comments, questions, leave them in the description. I'll do my best to answer them. Big shout out to Matthew and Solomon doing our videos. Don't forget to check out Solomon's channel. Third Beard Fishing, I know he'd appreciate it. I would too. Big shout out to Whiting. They make an amazing machine. I wouldn't mind having one of the new ones. It's just there's a budget breaker right now. We got to do a lot more than what we do to justify a new one. As always, Wood Mizer. Couldn't do it without him. Big shout out. Thanks to Joe Maine. If you need anything, give Joe a holler. He'll take care of you. Blades, equipment, sharpeners, setters, kiln, whatever. His information will be in the description. That's going to do it, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. If you want a hat, you can check out our website, beardedlumbernc.com. We got hats for sale. That's going to do it. We'll see you back at the mill.
Thank you for watching. Here's a video selection and a playlist suggestion. Click here to subscribe for more great content. We'll see you at the mill.